This is Poor Boys Reloading, and I was going to try to show you some inexpensive things to do about reloading. I'm going to go through a few presses here right quick. One press I have that I like quite a bit and use quite a bit it's a Lee Classic turret press, and I like the classic one. They got one a little smaller, but this one's better because it'll do rifle bullets, a little heavier made, a little better made. And as you see you won't see the die spin because I got the rod out. Well, that brings to another thing. You could use it for a single stage press because when you turn that, it won't turn without that rod. So if you didn't want to use it as a turret, you just take the rod out. And but with the rod in, you crank it, it turns it. So every 4 cranks, you got a loaded round of ammo. You know, just a matter of getting it set up. And then we've got a Lee Classic press here, single stage. It's a good one. It's good and heavy duty. It'll do a 50 caliber bullet. Probably break down a tire if you could get it in there. It don't cost that much compared to what a press you're getting. It's anywhere from $75 to somewhere under $100 for sure. You can get that. You need scales. This is, one that costs, I've seen it on sale at Midway for like $29. I paid $34, I think, for these. You can load anything with it. I use it to set up my volume charges, and things, and things that charges the case as I go. But what my point is, this is, to me, is a lot better than a beam scale. It's more handier, it's more quicker, and things. It's just a lot more user friendly, and it don't cost nearly as much. And here's a little priming hand tool. If for starting out, this is a pretty good little item. You just different shell holders, and things for the caliber. And if you buy Lee dies, you get the shell holder with those dies, and that kind of saves you a little bit there too. And it's a good thing. It's real easy to prime with, and stuff. I don't really recall the price on this. Well, yeah, I do. Now, where I bought mine, I paid $13 for it. You might pay a couple of dollars more, but you wouldn't pay much more. And you can go through priming cases in real fast pace with this thing. And other little hand tools that pretty much a necessity. You can buy an expensive crank type to resize your hulls, but I like this. This is a cutter, and this is a case length gauge. This, when you you take this little device, put it in your drill, and put the case in here and tighten it up, and then stick your case length gauge inside the case, and it'll trim it to the exact size the case should be. You don't have to fool with the caliper or anything. You don't have to do the setting up and all that, And all these little things right here, I don't know if it would cost $15 for all of them. Little pocket cleaner for cleaning out your flash holes, It's got both sizes on each end, small and large. I've got this. Wouldn't have to have this right away, but you can go inside of holes, once powered holes, whatever, and trim the burrs out inside. That's when the hole is stamped in that it makes. The factory doesn't do that. They load them like they are. But if you do that, it can help your accuracy a little bit. And powder measure, something you need. Maybe not use it all the time. I don't use it a lot, but I do use it. And there's no substitute for these things. They really do a good job. That's something, and you're talking about $2 or $3 here. And you need these little blocks, loading blocks. I've seen them for $4 or $5. This might have cost a little bit more. I've had it a long time and things. But it's been a good one. I've used it a lot, and you need at least one. That's all I got, and I've needed more a lot of times, and I've meant to buy them, just never did get around to it. But you know, you need at least one of them. And then, you know, you got to have bullets. This is a 30 caliber bullet. Cases. This is a 44 Magnum case. I bought these cases brand new. I've shot them I don't know how many times. As you can see, they're still in real good shape. Because you can use those over and over. And you need primers. And this is Magtech. And I've used Winchester, CCIs, Federals, and you name it, I've used them all, and stuff. You need that. You got to have powder. There's different prices, and you know, you just kind of look in to see what you need. Got to have something to know how much powder to put in what size bullet or what caliber you're using. All this. This is a good one. Lyman here. It's got stuff on cast lead. I do little cast lead bullets, and it's got some of that information. It's really loaded up pretty good. I've also got a lead, and sometimes I compare the two. Sometimes I want to have one, the other don't, and this, that, and the other. You can also get a lot of pamphlets from powder companies. It's you know, that small free, and it's got information on what they do, and I've got a bunch of them too. And if I can't find one, I'll go digging, look at another. I'll find it somewhere. And things. You know, this is kind of a inexpensive ways to maybe get started without, you know, I don't know, mortgaging the farm. And these are some lead eyes. These are old. I've had these a long time, and you know, had them for years, and they, you know, they still work good. I've got a new set in a Loadmaster press I just recently bought, and you know, I went and, you know, I'll be honest, I was looking at a lock and load, and I was thought about getting one of them. And one thing that bothered me is it wouldn't use lead eyes, I read anyway. Well, I had so many of them, I thought I'd have to buy so many dies to make it work. You know, it just wasn't been worth it. So I decided to go with this. Plus, it was going to cost $300 for if I wanted to get something that fed the cases automatically, and I just couldn't justify the price tag. You know, I mean, you know, I don't shoot that much. I like to shoot quite a bit. Don't get to shoot as much, and you have to do a little adjusting things to get this right. Now, let me tell you, when you're reloading, you got to get used to setting things up. And setting things up right, and that involves testing, checking a few things. Then when you get everything you know's right, then you're good to go. You know, when you're doing, you make as many as you want to make at that time. You know, reload's not for 5 bullets. You know, it's to reload, and you could set up and reload a box of 20 and be worth that, but not with this machine. But you know, with the turret press and a single stage. So I'm just trying to show you a few things that if you look these things up on Midway or somewheres like that, different places, you may know somebody, you can find, you know, it won't be all that expensive for you if you was decide to get into reloading. So hope it encourages you to. Thank you.